It's Joana Swan. Today we're going to talk about a very dear book that I had since 2016 and I always end up giving away. And then I don't have the book anymore. I just buy this book again for a friend and give it to my friend because I think it was very helpful for her. The book is called Toxic Parents, and whenever I talk about it, like, who is something going on with your family? It's not what I'm thinking about. It's people think of the timing is like it's something happened with my parents. No, first of all, I have to go and explain myself a little bit, where I come from and why I do this video. I make this video back in 2017 when I was traveling in Thailand, and I feel I have to explain people more about this book and how it improved my life and the life of my friends and co-worker that I share this book with. This book kind of open your eyes on whether or not you were an abusive children or you suffer different trauma from your relationship with your parents, and understanding your relationship with your parents help you be a better one today, having more stable emotional relationship. But that's not it. That's way more than that. I'm a psychology student base. Actually, I'm not a psychologist student anymore, but I used to. And I have a bachelor degree in psychology, and I specialize, of course, on child development. That's my things. So this book was appealing to me because since I work with autistic children, I'm not only focusing on the aspect, I'm also have classes on regular or not autistic children. And I'm very curious. I read a lot of books about psychology and wellness and self development. And in this video that I made in French, I'm talking about this book, and the mirror work is like looking at yourself in the mirror every day and say something nice to you and sweet, like, I am worth it. I am great. I am beautiful. I am smart. It's very important to do that work for your self esteem. But this book will also advise to me for, my curiosity and my well being, because we all suffer from low self esteem, but some people have a lower self esteem than over. So, right now, with that book, I'm trying to show over that they need to go deep into the relationship with your parents at your childhood to understand better why they don't have successful relationship, and it can affect your working relationship as well, your friendship, your partners. So it's not just and your children as well. So it's not just like digging to your past and moving the dirt around and not be able to overcome what happened. So first of all, I have to go with you and tell you what's the list of why you may or may not have toxic parents. And you can have multiple of them. Like me, I was lucky. I didn't check all of them because I don't know how, but some people have most of it, and it's very hard to come back and they succeed. So keeping faith. So we're gonna go one by one, and I'm gonna read my note too, so I make sure I don't I don't forget anything. So number one. So, if your parents are inadequate parents, it's one of the possibility why you have toxic parents, because they are constantly focusing on their own problems, and they make you like an adult in a body of a child. So they cannot take care of your well-being, and because they are so focusing on them. So this is the first example of a toxic parenting. So this is like the slight part, the smooth one. Bear with me. So number two, you have the controller. Like they make you feel like you're helpless. You cannot do anything on your own. They need to be there. They use the guilt, the manipulation to get what they want from you, and that it's seen with, for example, if you're married and you have a partner, they can still stepping in and not letting you have decision with your partner, uh, because they want oversteps. So is the problem with that is like if you have a partner and you try to make a decision to the two of you, they're not gonna let you do that, and that is, whoa, a big case for a breakup. This is like just too much to endure, like uh to endure for a partner, thinking like you're with someone, but like they have to get their mom's and dad approval before they can do anything with you, and you're like, what's going on? That's not how things work. So this is the number two, is the controlling part. The number three is the alcoholic. It's like you, if you're raised in a house of denial, chaotic, mood swings because everything go with the consumption, like the anger because he doesn't have it, then you get drunk, the taking care of. That's not a good setting for wealthy and childhood. Like this is no way. Then you got the number four, and the number four is about verbal abuse. So using words that are very harsh, that are very abusing, and constantly like making you feel like you're piece of nothing, like lower than earth. So this is very hard on a child. Like how can you grow up and have a lot of full confidence if you suffer from verbal abuse when you're a kid? So this is like a no. Then you have number five. Number five, it's different. It's the physical abuse. So it's like you have parents that cannot control the anger, and they put the blame on the child and they beat them pretty much. So this is one of the most common abuse that we see, and is physical, and it's kind of easier to spot because it's a lot of bruise. This is like one of the main things. So, but the last one is very brutal one. It's the sexual abuse one. So he's like is sexually abused, is like seductive, and it kind of killed the innocence of a child. So this is like very bad. But his this one is unsadly common. It might not be the parents, it could be an uncle or close friends or a stepfather, and it get very messy, and it kind of killed the childhood of the child. So this is why this book is very important to me. And what I love is that she said that you are not to blame for what happened to you as a child, but you can do something about it now. So it give a lot of hope for the future. So it is like actually two part. The first part is like talk about the toxic parents, and the second part is about reclaiming your life. So it's okay. And then she go on and explain what's a toxic parents, the deficient, and that she also made some mistake with the child. And you have to understand between one action is that if someone slap you once, or if they slap you every day, it's not the same thing. This is where you're gonna see the difference between the toxic parents and the not toxic parents, and the parents who are trying to learn, because it is not a one book that say how to be parents and pass a test and you succeed. It's not easy to be parents, and like it takes a lot of skill to be a great parent. So when you see about the different topic, she talk about the adult life, she talk about the relationship with your parents as an adult, and what's going on today, because a lot of things perpetuate. And you, for example, if you have alcoholic parents when you're a kid, they start to become a burden, and you have to take care of today now. So it's very important to read this book. And she asked a lot of questions. Is like for example, like right now she asks you some questions that are very important, and to make you realize if you're having if you had toxic parents, or if you have toxic parents, because maybe they may be very toxic to you when you're kids, and now things are better. So the number one is like, do you find yourself in a destructive or abusive relationship as an adult? Number two, do you believe that if you get too close to someone, they will hurt and abandon you? Do you have that feelings? That's why you need to read the book. Number three, do you expect the worst from people, from life in general? Number four, do you have a hard time knowing what you are, what you feel, and what you want? Number five, are you afraid that if people knew the real you, they will not like you? Number six, do you feel anxious when you're successful and frightened that someone will find out you're fraud? Seven, do you get angry or sad for no apparent reason? This is like question you should definitely ask yourself. And if you ask this question and you feel abrupt, you have to buy this book. Number eight, are you a perfectionist? Number nine, is it difficult to you to relax or having a good time? Sounds like yours number nine. Number 10, despite your best intention, do you find yourself behaving just like your parents? So this is the question you should ask yourself as an adult. And also you should ask yourself some questions with your relationship with your parents as an adult right now, and how they're they are progressing, if they're good or they're bad, and you also have those questions. So number one, do your parents still treat you as if you were a child? Hmm. Number two, are many of you made your life decisions based upon whether your parents will approve? Approve your girlfriend, approve your work, approve the city you live in. Number three, do you have intense emotional or physical reaction after you spend or anticipate spending time with your parents? Are you stressed right before a family meeting? You don't know what's going to happen? That's not a normal reaction. Number four, are you afraid to disagree with your parents? So you tend to go along with the decision they make for you and the thing they ask you to do, and you don't want to say anything negative. Number five, do your parents manipulate you with treats or guilt? So it's like, but all after I done for you, this is how you treat me right now. And then when they start using this, it's like, oh, maybe I should do what she asked me because I can't, she gonna give birth to me. She gonna do this and this and this. She gotta sacrifice a lot. No, we put you on earth. We choose. It's not for having a payback later. That's not how it works. Number six, do your parents manipulate you with money? Show me the money. Number seven, do you feel responsible for how your parents feel if they're not happy? Do you feel it's your fault? It's your job to make it better for them? Everybody's responsible for their own happiness. Sorry. Number eight, do you believe that no matter what you do, it's never good enough for your parents? Yeah, you only went to a bachelor. You could have gone to a PhD, or you only have a master. This kind of thing. Oh, what's your job? You're a nurse. You should have go for doctor. Number nine. Do you believe that someday, somehow, your parents are going to change for the better? Oh, that's a tough question because the older we get, the harder is it for us to be able to change them. So, moving on to the book, and I don't want to spoil you and give you a lot of things. It's very brutal to read it. I have to agree with you. I cry. I have to take break when I read that book for the first time, but it is worth it. So trust me, if you want to give yourself a nice Christmas gift, or if you want to start 2021 with a new life purposes, go to the bookstore and get that book. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.